Hello children, today we're going to do the next story from two stories about flying. The Black. This story is written by Frederick Fawcett, a famous journalist, novelist. He is also a former spy, and that's why probably he writes such wonderful thrillers. Some of his famous novels are The Day of the Jackal, The File, The Fourth Protocol. In this, The Day of the Jackal is a very interesting thriller where he speaks about an assassination attempt and on the president of a country and how it is spoiled. It's a beautiful novel. Please, if you are able to read it, it will be very interesting. And this particular story is about courage. How when we are in a difficult situation, if we have faith, we can get the courage to overcome the story now. So the narrator is a pilot. He's coming up in the east, and behind me he could see the stars in the clear sky. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, so it's a perfect weather for flying. And he was happy to be alone there because there's not much traffic. He can go home fast. He was flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. He's going back home. I was dreaming of my holiday and looking forward to be with my family. I looked at my watch, 1:30 in the morning, so it's a peaceful time. There's no rush, and he wants to be home as possible. I should call Paris Control soon, I thought. As I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane, I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I switched on the radio and said, Paris Control, can you hear me on my way to England? So because he is going, he has to contact the control tower, get directions, so he's contacting them. And the voice from the radio says that it can hear him, and he has to turn 12 degrees west now. So they're giving the message, they're giving directions. He checks the map and compass, both of which are working. He switched over to the second fuel tank, and this is important, last fuel tank. He has already finished using the other fuel tank. Now only this tank is left, and he turns the Dakota 12 degree as was instructed. I'll be in time for breakfast, I thought. So he thought he will reach in time. A good English breakfast. Oh, at last I can be at home. Everything is going well. It's easy flight. Everything is fine. He has already crossed 150 kilometers of Paris, and then he saw clouds, big storm clouds, which were in front of him, and they look like mountains which are standing in front of him. Now he knows he can't fly over them because the clouds are so huge. He can't cross them. He also knows that he doesn't have enough fuel to go around them. So suppose he has to get diverted, he has to have enough fuel. He doesn't have the fuel for that. And the only thing he can do actually is I ought to go back to Paris, he thought. But the desire to go home is so strong in him, he didn't want to go back to Paris. I wanted that breakfast. I wanted English breakfast. I'll take the risk, I thought, and flew the Dakota straight into the storm inside the clouds. And then everything is black because he's covered by black clouds. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air because it's in turbulent weather. I looked at the compass. I couldn't believe my eyes. The compass was turning round and round. It was dead. It would not work. The other instruments were suddenly dead too. I tried the radio, so nothing is working, so he decided to try on the radio so that he can get some information on what to do. Paris Control, can you hear me? He's calling the control tower. There was no answer. The radio is also dead. Nothing is working. No radio, no compass. I could not see where I was. I was completely lost in the storm. And then suddenly in the black clouds near me, I saw another aeroplane. It had no light on its wings, but it was flying right next to me. And I could see the pilot's face. The pilot's face was turned towards me. I was very glad to see another person. He lifted one hand and waved at me. Follow me, he was saying, follow me. He knows I'm lost, I thought. He's trying to help me. I was so happy he was come to help me. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of my Dakota so that it would be easier for me to follow him. I followed him. I was very happy to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child because I had no other way out, so I was just going like an obedient child. After about an hour, the strange aeroplane was still in front of me in the clouds. Now there was just enough fuel in the old Dakota's last tank to fly for 5 or 10 minutes more. So I was starting to get scared. Oh, I've been going like this for quite some time. Now there's just little fuel left. I was starting to feel frightened again. But then he started to go down. And I also followed through the storm until he was going straight. Suddenly he is going down. So I also decided to follow him. And when I came out, what did I see? I saw that I had come out of the clouds, and I can see two straight lines of lights in front of me. It was a runway, it was a airport. An airport, I was safe. I turned to look for my friend in the black aeroplane, but the sky was empty. So I wanted to tell him, okay, we have done it, we are safe, but I couldn't see him. There was nothing there. The black aeroplane was gone. I didn't see it anywhere. I was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower. So when I reached there, I was happy. I had to get out of the Dakota. I am safe. I went and asked a woman in the control center where I was and who the other pilot was. So I wanted to find out where I had landed and who was the one who helped me. I wanted to say thank you to the pilot. So I thought he has already landed. I wanted to say a thank you. She looked at me very strangely and laughed. Another aeroplane up there in the storm. No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. So she thought, what is this man? Why is he saying this? There is no other plane, only your plane was there. So who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio, without any more fuel in my tanks? Who was it who helped me when none of my instruments were working and I didn't have enough fuel? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? So now we are left with the question, whom did the others see? Was it a divine helper, someone sent by God, or was it his own subconscious guiding him towards safety? This question is something that each of us has to think about and find the answer to. Hope you get the answer.